This is a very simple project, so I honestly don't know how much narration I'm going to be doing because it's pretty self-explanatory. There's just a few steps. But this is an old cell phone box that I kind of put aside in my stash because I just love these boxes. They're a great size and they fit together nicely. They're well made, and so I like to recycle them when I can and use them for different things. So I'm using chipboard. This is from Scrapiniec Chipboard, and I know that I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It's a European chipboard company. Their chipboard is all white, so I don't have to pre-paint it. I just want that white creamish color. And they have really beautiful designs. Their scroll work and a lot of their frames and things are just very, very pretty, very elegant. So I wanted to make this into a thank you box for a friend, and I decided to use a lot of this chipboard, a lot of these scroll work pieces to kind of dress it up a little bit. Now this was kind of the main step here, was covering most of the box in this tissue wrap. And there's an edge on the box here, and I'm kind of tucking the tissue wrap into that edge so it has like a nice clean finish to it. And I'm doing the exact same thing with the lid, just using gel medium to glue it down on every side. Now the corners and the edges can be a little tricky. What I did here was that I glued all the sides, but then I kind of tore the corners at an angle so that when I wrapped them around the edges, I wouldn't have any overlap or anything to worry about as far as the corners go. So hopefully you'll be able to see that pretty well. I'm tearing them at an angle and then just kind of folding the extra over. But that tear at an angle ensured that I didn't have any any extra on the corner as I folded over the edges. And the edges are still kind of rough, but I did make sure that I didn't get any paper left on the bottom of the lid. So all of the paper overlap is just on the edges. And that's the main step. I'm using a little bit more gesso just to kind of whitewash the inside. Kind of blend that paper into the paper of the box. But other than that, it's really just I'm using a little bit of texture paste through a stencil, and this is clear um, texture paste, so it when it dries, it dries clear. But I'm going to be using India ink to kind of highlight the different designs that I've stenciled onto the top of the box. This is a technique I use all the time. I just take a little ink on a tiny little brush and hit it on my finger to get some good splatters. I use a spray bottle to kind of diffuse those splashes of ink and let the color kind of seep into the surface in a really kind of organic way. And then it's adding a little chipboard and some flowers. And again, I use gel medium to add these elements onto the surface because it dries clear and it's really, really durable. So it's perfect for 3D elements like this. And that's it. I covered the box with some tissue wrap, added a few stencil elements, and some color, and then chipboard and flowers. Just very, very few elements, but the result is fantastic and very elegant and was very much appreciated by the friend that I gave it to. I filled it with some candy. That probably helped too. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'd love to hear what you think of these mixed media videos. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.